One of the differences between successful people and the non-successful people are the sacrifices that they're willing to make. When I started off, I was broke. I had no money. I had to sacrifice my time to learn skills like tuning cars in order to make money. I was donating plasma for gas and diapers. Okay, donating plasma. Like, you broke when you at that level. Okay, and a lot of people are in the DM talking about, oh, just let me live and breathe, bro. I'm just trying to live life. I get you're trying to live life, but a lot of y'all are complaining about that y'all can control. Y'all are spending money that you shouldn't be spending. All right, if you know you have bills coming up and you're in a bad situation, quit spending money, tighten the ship, quit paying for Netflix, quit paying for a lot of different things until you get back right. But if you keep up with this I deserve mentality and you got a Gucci purse, but you ain't got no Gucci money to put in said Gucci purse, you deserve all the negativity that's coming your way. Sorry.
I'm gonna tell you something, brothers. God is good and life is good. If you want a thing in this life, man, you have to understand that it's simply about the way that you move. It's simply about gaining understanding, brothers. I've said this a million times. There are no miracles, only higher levels of understanding, man. I want to talk about two things today, brothers. I want to talk about sacrificing for success. And then I want to talk about why people aren't willing to make that sacrifice. You know, but I think before we even get into that, brothers, we have to redefine what success is for ourselves. The last thing you need to be doing as grown-ass men is looking at brothers down the road, looking at brothers on the ground, looking at your next door neighbor and determining what success should look like for you, man. That's the last thing you should do. Man, I have brothers, man, that are making millions of dollars. Brother with my brother Rico that I had on the intro. Fleets of cars, man, just doing massive things in life. That brother is extremely successful. Extremely successful. At the same time, man, I have a partner down in Houston, Texas. One of my Power Circle brothers, Cam. Cam is a technical guru, man, that just recently just sold everything he had, man. Bought himself an off-road vehicle, bought himself a travel trailer. Now he's in position to go live in the woods for a year if he wants to. He's in a position to go put his equipment, put his truck and stuff in a park and live in a park if he wants to. He can park it and go live overseas if he wants to. He's found that freedom for himself. That brother is extremely successful. The business advisor for the Power Circle, my brother Lee. Lee did the same thing. Lee just said, you know what, let me get rid of everything I have, man. Now Lee spends weeks over in Medellin, weeks over in different parts of the globe. That brother is extremely successful, man. So first, brothers, you have to define success for yourself. Success for one man is completely different from the next man. But you have to understand this. Once you define that success, brothers, you have to be willing to sacrifice to get to it. And I don't care what level, you know, what it is you're shooting for. You have to be willing to sacrifice to get to it. Because if you think you're moving toward that thing and you aren't sacrificing, brother, you're spinning your wheels and you're wasting your time. Prime example. A couple of years ago, brothers, I was 200-something pounds, 250 pounds. And I said, man, I'm finna get my ass in the gym. Brother, I was going in the gym damn near 7 days a week on the treadmill, getting it, hoodie on, getting it. I'm like David Goggins up in the gym, bro. I would leave the gym, go to Popeyes, get me a 4-piece spicy, red beans and rice, extra biscuit, sweet tea, and repeat that cycle every day. Gym, Popeyes, gym, Popeyes. I looked up 2 years later, man, I was like, bro, I might have gained some weight. And the thing is, man, it was because I wasn't willing to sacrifice, bro. That's what I'm saying. If you aren't willing to sacrifice, you might as well just chill. You know, I could have been Netflix and chilling instead of going to the gym. I could have been playing video games or twiddling my thumbs. I could have been sleeping instead of going to the gym because it was doing absolutely nothing, brothers. So I'm saying if you're talking about getting to the next level, if you're talking about finding your level of success, brothers, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but if you aren't willing to sacrifice, man, you're doing absolutely nothing. A lot of us are talking about getting our bag up and getting the money. I'm trying to get to the, 6-figure mark or the 7-figure mark. A lot of you brothers are reading certain content, watching certain financial videos, but at the same time, man, you're getting you want to be VIP every weekend at Coco Pellets. You want to be popping bottles and stunning on your brothers and sisters at Bella No J's.
It's upsetting me and my homegirl because we feel like, well, damn, if you can't go to Bella No J's, what the hell could you go?
And I'm telling you, brothers, if you're moving like that, if you aren't willing to sacrifice a thing to move to that next level, you're spinning your wheels, man. You're spinning. Even when it comes to relationships, man. And I talk about this a lot to brothers. Like when a lot of brothers are talking about, man, I'm trying to find that 5% woman soul. I'm trying to find that 1% woman. I'm trying to find the wife type, man. Like, where are they at? They're all around you, bro. But you have to understand, if you're still, first off, you have to be moving like a 5%, 1% man. And it's extremely hard, damn near impossible to do that if you're still moving and entertaining 95% behavior. You have to sacrifice that, man. You have to block some of them women in the DM. You have to give the Heisman to some of them women that just want to pull up and conduct certain activities with you. I'm telling you, bro, it's all about sacrifice, man.
People always say, well, what do you rich people have to sacrifice? Everything to get here. Okay. My friends will tell you, bro, I didn't come out to car meets for years because I was busy doing homework when I was in college. I was at my internships. I was struggling through things because I knew that the only way for me to get better was to sacrifice in the short term so that way my long term would be good. Believe me, I want to take my ass out right now and go buy a fucking P1. But why won't I buy a P1? Because my goals aren't met. I have to sacrifice. And I get that's a little bit extreme for most people, but I have to sacrifice in the short term because that's just what it's going to take for me to hit my long-term goals. I want to be worth 100 million in 10 years. Well, guess what? I can't have all the fun I want right now. I can have a little fun and you guys can too. But if you're in a situation, you don't need to be having fun. You need to be grinding and hustling to get out of said situation.
But the thing is this, the real question is, why aren't people willing to sacrifice? Like, why aren't people willing to complete that cycle of success? I always talk about the stages, the transition, the stages of transition. I talk about the awareness of a thing, life on the bridge, and then the awakening. A lot of people will set goals in their life because this is the thing, man. A lot of people think that success is this. A lot of people say, okay, I graduated high school. I'm 20 years old now. Let me create a goal of myself. Like, let me see the end version of myself at 50 years old, 60 years old. What does that look like? People think that it's an upward trend like this. That, this whole, little train that could movement up a hill until you reach your success, your ultimate success. That's not how success operates, brothers. Success is in cycles. So you're going through cycles over and over again. Once you hit that awareness, bridge, and awakening, you're in a new reality. To get to the next level, you have to go to that whole thing over and over again, man. And the thing is this, a lot of brothers will set intentions and goals and ideas in their mind in their 20s, and 40 years old, 60 years old, 80 years old, they're still at square one. Why is that? Why can't they complete the cycle? I'm going to tell you this, brothers. For a lot of people, it's simply because they don't want to put the work in. A lot of people will see the work and the ethic and the trials and errors and the trials and tribulations that it's going to take to get there and say, you know what, man, like, it's much easier for me to just talk about it than to be about it. Like, it's much more easier for me to, present this life to the people on the gram, in the book, in the tube, but not really be about that life. That's how most people live, man. That's how most people live. I tell you this, if you take 8.5 out of 10 people on the gram that you look at and see how they're moving, if you go knock on their front door, they aren't really moving like that. They aren't really living like that. But with the exact same effort, they could. The exact same effort it takes to stunt on the gram, that exact same effort you could be living in that reality. Facts. Tell them Soul said it. But you ask yourself, why don't people What's keeping people from completing that cycle, right? Man, we're coming off of a hellified weekend, man. We had our Power Circle conference this weekend, Atlanta, Georgia, man. Man, we had a blast. And on the last day, man, I was having a conversation with one of my brothers, man, Brother Wesley, out of East Texas. Brother Wesley is the president of W&M Dirtworks. And him and I were just having a conversation before we headed out, man. We were talking about, you know, what it took to get to where we are now, right? And then we're just talking about the next few levels of success for us and what the future looked like to us, right? And we were talking about the thing that keeps man from getting to this point. And he said, you know what, man? He said, one of the things that helped me get to this point and that's going to continue to help him grow, he said, is not really giving a damn about what people think about you. And I said, bro, I said, that has to be the deciding factor on closing the loop. That has to be the deciding factor on completing the cycle of success. I'm telling you this, brothers. Once you get to a state of not giving a damn about what people think when they look at you, you move in a completely different manner. Success becomes easy. Finding the right path to travel becomes easy. And a lot of people, man, a lot of people can't get to that stage because the thing is, a lot of people are stuck in, okay, I'm presenting this certain thing on Instagram. I'm telling my friends, I'm telling my family, I'm telling all these people, this is how I'm moving. A lot of people can't see that they're hitting a wall and say, you know what? Let me just back up. Let me just do a few things and move different to get to that next level. Or let me just sit still. Like I don't have to be balling out every weekend. I don't have to be traveling around the world. Let me just sit my ass down for a minute, recalibrate, regroup, do the work, and then instead of presenting that I'm there, I'll actually be there. That's a real thing, man. A lot of people are driving vehicles that they aren't willing to sell to get ahead. A lot of people are living in homes, living in communities or cities that they aren't willing to relocate from to sit still and get ahead. They're worried about what people think about them. But the thing is this, brothers, the thing that'll get you over that is like if you're a go-getter in life, man, you're going to be one of these people that fail over and over again. Man, I've had so many failures in life, but that's where my growth is. But this is what you'll understand, brothers, after one or two failures. You'll understand that when you're at the bottom or when you're sitting, you know, in a pile of rubbish that you know, maybe a bad investment, you'll quickly realize that all the people that you were worried about, what they're going to say about you, what they're going to think, you'll quickly realize they don't give a damn, man. You can be at the bottom, man. I'm going to tell you this. When you're at the bottom, you're going to realize that really only one or two people in your life are really there for you. And I mean, like, only one or two people. If you find your stuff, you like, bro, I'm about to be homeless. I'm about to be carless. There's only going to be one or two people in your life saying, bro, like, man, we got a full house over here, but man, come over here. We'll put a cot on the floor. Like, you can come home over here, bro. Or man, if I can catch you, give you a ride to work, like I'm in your corner. You're going to realize, brother, out of all the people in your life, it ain't going to be but one or two that's really in your circle, man. And once you understand that, you're going to stop giving a damn about what people think, man. And you're going to move different. You're going to move different. When old schooler told me how to move, man, brother, when I was living on a high horse, damn near penthouse overlooking Dallas, big Benz in the garage. And he said, bro, move different if you're trying to get to where you're trying to get to. Brother, I just sold everything. I sold everything and moved out to what the time was the country, man. I didn't care what nobody thought. I came out here and I sit my ass down for a whole year. Didn't talk to nobody. Didn't date nobody. Wasn't going out to no clubs. Wasn't VIPing. Wasn't hitting no restaurants. I came out here, man, bought me about $100 worth of t-shirts, sweats, shorts, and just sit my ass down and marinate it in my own energy. I didn't care about nobody saying, man, Soul was living life on a high horse. I was like, no, man, because I understood that the sacrifice, I know what it was going to take for me to get to the next level. And I'm telling you this, man, most people won't get there because they're worried about what everybody else is thinking, man. A lot of you brothers are right there on the edge, man. A lot of you brothers are doing the work, but you aren't willing to sacrifice. Like you right there on the edge. You know how you're supposed to move, but you're still trying to protect that old image. You're living too much in ego, brothers. I always talk about it. It takes that balance, man. If you're worried about it, what everybody else thinks, you're living too much in ego. I'm telling you, brothers, to close that cycle, man, it's about sacrificing and it's about not giving a damn about what nobody thinks. You're right there on the freaking edge, bro. What does that mean, soul? That means analyze yourself, man. That means first that says, you know what? Look in the mirror, man. Who am I? Where am I trying to go? Let me eliminate the things that are keeping me from there. And then let me give 2 middle fingers to anybody outside of that. Anybody not a part of that mission, anybody that's not gonna really be on my team if I fail in the process, or when I fail in the process, 2 fingers to them, brothers. Your actions, your movements, your thoughts will be completely different. Instantly you'll see success on the horizon, brothers. And at that point, it's simply about wash, rinse, and repeating in life, man. Washing, rinsing, and repeating.